The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi everyone, thank you for joining us today. We're going to wait a couple more minutes just for a few more people to join and then we'll get started. Good afternoon everyone and thank you for joining us for APRA's 4th annual virtual business meeting. Per APRA's bylaws, we are required to host an annual membership meeting which has evolved to include all current APRA efforts. We are so excited to share with you what APRA has accomplished in the last year as well as insights into future initiatives. Throughout our time together, please feel free to submit questions via the question and answer box on your webinar toolbar. We will take questions during the Q&A session at the conclusion of the presentation. Any questions that we are unable to answer, please feel free to submit via email. Now, please welcome Jennifer McCormick, our Board President and Associate Director of Advancement Analytics at the University of Washington.
Thanks, and good morning or good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to APRA's 4th annual virtual business meeting. An association's success is measured by the engagement of our members, and by participating today, you're driving the future of this organization. We thank you for your commitment and your time. That engagement is so evident through the sharing and conversations on social media. If you aren't already, be sure to follow us on Twitter and Facebook and let us know you're listening. I'd like to take a moment to recognize APRA's 2015-2016 volunteer leaders. The time and dedication that the Executive Committee and the Board of Directors give to this organization is what drives us forward. I personally want to thank them all for all that they've done for me during my time as president, as well as the leadership, professional insights, and dedication that they each bring to their roles. We will be introducing your incoming board members later on in the program. The Board of Directors sets the strategic vision for the organization, and our current plan revolves around 4 pillars. These pillars were based on feedback received from our members in the Member Needs Assessment, and then voted on by the board to determine those that are best aligned with our mission. To advocate holistically for the prospect development profession, to empower members to develop career and leadership skills to thrive in complex and dynamic fundraising environments, to grow the APRA membership by fostering an inclusive, sharing community that is representative of various sectors, industries, geographical regions, roles, and responsibilities, and to build unity and cohesion for prospect development across disciplines and nonprofit sectors by leveraging the strength of our diverse, talented community. We're obviously only halfway through the first year of this 3-year plan, but we have many initiatives underway, which we will detail in the meeting and reference back to in the pillars. The 27 APRA chapters and their leaders are a vital part of this organization. In addition to an active online chapter community, chapter leaders meet 4 times annually, twice via conference call and twice in face-to-face meetings. Agendas are increasingly focused on peer-to-peer learning among the chapters. I'd like to thank Liz McHugh for leading our chapters committee for the past 2 years. Our 5th annual Chapter Leaders Summit in Chicago was a great success, with lots of lively discussion and idea sharing. Our agenda included presentations from APRA Greater New York, APRA Illinois, the APRA Advocacy Committee, and Chapter Chair Liz McHugh and Board Liaison Bon Lammy. We touched on topics such as member engagement and recruitment, the APRA Mentor Program and Speakers Bureau, advocacy, and APRA's upcoming rebranding. Our next face-to-face meeting will be in conjunction with Prospect Development 2016 in Nashville. For the last several years, APRA International has surveyed chapter leaders to learn their most pressing issues. From these data, the chapter committee determines its focus and resource allocation for the year. This includes record chapter summit attendance of 35 chapter leaders, a web conferencing deal with Citrix, a chapter calendar of events now available on APRA's website, and a successful 3rd annual Chapter Share the Knowledge event, which was 2 weeks of online education where chapters had an opportunity to present on prospect development related topic of their choice. We're also looking forward to a few exciting future initiatives. The creation of 2 databases, a speakers bureau, which provides potential speakers for meetings and events, and a mentor program, which pairs past APRA leaders with those new to the industry. 4 virtual communities are currently in development for networking and information sharing and will be available on our website later this summer. The initial 4 communities will include healthcare, the arts, conservation, and social service. We look forward to seeing the results of all the chapter's hard work on behalf of APRA. Chapter Share the Knowledge, now in its 3rd year, was once again a great success, featuring 11 presentations, 6 live and 2 pre-recorded webinars, a Prezi, an article, and for the 2nd time, a very successful Twitter talk. As you can see from the results here, we had diverse content presented by a variety of chapters and great attendance and participation from our members. I want to thank all those involved for their time and dedication in putting together this great program to provide free education to our chapter members. Sessions remain available online for use by individual APRA members and as group chapter educational offerings. You have likely noticed communication in the past weeks regarding the We Are APRA campaign. APRA recognizes the evolving nature of our profession. This campaign will take a complete view of the position APRA holds within our industry and assess how we might evolve our brand in order to position us for future growth and success. APRA headquarters, under the direction of a steering committee, has begun the process of facilitating focus groups to gather thoughts, opinions, and feedback from APRA members and partners on our current strengths, programs, and overall value to the industry. And this is just the first step. Step 2 will continue in the fall with a complete rebranding, including all visual elements. This is a process that will continue into early 2017. Look for more communication in the following months containing updates on the We Are APRA campaign. Our quarterly digital publication, Connections, continues to build momentum with the successful launch in February of our first ever Best of Connections edition, highlighting the most valuable content published in 2015. This special issue was distributed to chapter members, past members, prospects, and partner organizations. Thanks to everyone who completed our recent readership satisfaction survey. Your input will help shape the future of Connections. Our content pipeline remains strong thanks to the work of our Editorial Advisory Committee. Beginning this year, the content and themes will map back to APRA's new strategic plan, reinforcing the major initiatives of the organization and providing even more value to readers. The Editorial Advisory Committee is always looking for new contributors to keep our content relevant to our industry. If you'd like to become a contributor or have any ideas for future topics, please contact EAC Chair Susan Ferroni for additional information. And now I'd like to introduce Liz Redmond, APRA Treasurer and Associate Director, Operations at Pathways to Education Canada.
Thank you, Jen, and welcome everyone. I wanted to speak to you first about our membership update. APRA membership continues to be strong. In 2014, we began an organizational membership pilot involving 10 organizations. Today, APRA has 94 organizational memberships, totaling 681 members. Our individual membership numbers remain solid as well at 1,229. As of today, APRA's total membership is 1,910. Some highlights and member benefits we offer include partnerships. APRA International is actively partnering with industry associations to bring more value to our members to offer industry knowledge, discounts, and member value. Overdrive. This past spring, we teamed up with Drive for the 2nd year to offer Overdrive. This year's topic was Planning for and Using Analytics, a hands-on symposium. Faculty members Marianne Peltier and Josh Burkholtz developed a full day of programming which focused on planning for and making full use of your analytics program. It was a great success, and we look forward to partnering with Drive again in 2017. Thank you to all who participated in our 2016 Member Needs Assessment. Your feedback is critical to the continuing growth and evolution of our association. We were able to glean a lot of great information from this assessment, but our biggest point of pride was that almost 96% of respondents stated that they were very satisfied or satisfied with their APRA membership. While this is certainly a solid measure of success, our focus is to continue to raise the bar and provide the kind of services and programs that our members both need and have come to expect from APRA. In addition, 87% of respondents are very satisfied or satisfied with their membership in a local APRA chapter. And this speaks to the great communications and content being provided by our chapter leaders. The top 3 reasons why respondents decided to pursue APRA membership are: employer provided or encouraged the membership, to keep current on trends, and to learn about techniques. These reasons remain unchanged from the previous assessment. The highest rated APRA member benefit was prospect development, APRA's international conference. This was followed closely by our networking opportunities and the salary survey. One point to note is that the salary survey occurs every 3 years, balanced with a member needs assessment. The top 3 areas that respondents are looking for additional training in are advanced analytics, data mining, data analytics, and leadership. From a demographic perspective, APRA members are an experienced group. Almost half have over 11 years of experience. Wow. Almost 2/3 of you work in higher education. A quarter have been APRA members for 3 to 5 years. 28% of you are director or senior director level, and 30% are raising between $10 to $50 million per year. Again, thank you to everyone who gave us their feedback. You can see the full survey results on the APRA website at aprahome.org. Know that this data continues to be reviewed and is used to drive the efforts of our committees, specifically the educational planning committees, in response to member feedback. APRA is financially sound with a growing membership, but most importantly, increasing programs and services that our members find valuable. The board reviews monthly our financial position during our board and executive committee meetings. We undergo a complex budget process each year and have final approval on all expenses. APRA has been fortunate to have seen decades of growth in our profession. We went from a grassroots association founded in Minnesota to a large international association. APRA is financially stable and has a strong and capable team of individuals managing our expenses, revenue, and investments. As we review the financial update, revenue and expenses and net income, we can see that for the first slide shows the trends of the revenues, expenses, and net income from 2007 through to the 2016 forecast. You can see the results of the economic downturn and in 2009 and 2010. In 2011, the trend to positive net income resumed. It is anticipated that APRA budgeted in 2016 for a loss due to specific projects undertaken in the context of advocacy and education. This next graph shows the trends of the annual conference revenue and expenses. In 2009 and in 2010, judicious expense management was needed to counteract the decrease in attendance. APRA has seen growth in revenue over the years driven by strong attendance, exhibit floor attendance, and sponsorships. MARC revenues are primarily based on attendance, which is impacted by location, time of year, and on occasion, the weather. In 2016, the new ARC regional model was introduced, which resulted in a shift in attendance. Our symposium, held each fall, continues at a steady level year after year. Membership revenues have been on a steady incline and are expected to remain as such in 2016. Our new organizational membership has given institutions an opportunity to increase the number of APRA members at a discount, allowing more of their team to enjoy the benefits of membership. The 2016 Membership Committee has piloted new approaches to reach prospective members, which we're excited to launch this fall. And so with that, I would like to introduce APRA Board President-elect Jill Meister. Jill is the Director of Prospect Research and Management at the University of New Hampshire.
Thank you, Liz. I'd like to talk about the body of knowledge, and it has been a benefit for our members for over 2 years now. This invaluable resource has 4 domains: data analytics, relationship management, prospect research, and added just last year, campaigns. If you haven't reviewed the updated body of knowledge with the addition of the campaigns domain, you should. The competencies in the campaign domain include campaign constituent engagement, collaboration and relationship building, campaign analytics, reporting and data management, campaign infrastructure and design, campaign planning, feasibility and goal setting, goal management, prospect and portfolio management, and campaign prospect identification and pipeline. Many of your colleagues and peers have used this wonderful resource in a variety of ways, from writing job descriptions, determined skills needed for promotions, and more. Tell us how you've used the body of knowledge at info@aprahome.org. APRA offers education throughout the year on a variety of topics in prospect development presented by industry experts and valued partners. You can view past best practice webcasts, prospect development session recordings, online solutions showcases, and more on our website. Be on the lookout in your email and an APRA update for new webinars, podcasts, and hashtag APRA chats every month. Our first APRA Regional Conference, held last week in Chicago, was a great success. Attendees from the Midwest region and beyond participated in a variety of education and networking events, featuring an impactful keynote by Andrew Means and our first ever Open Space Conversations session. Open Space Conversations is an unstructured audience-generated discussion format where participants can stay in one conversation or move along to other conversations and/or topics depending on their interest. The Education and Professional Development Committee is looking forward to bringing these kinds of formats to future APRA conferences. Prospect Development 2016, APRA's 29th Annual International Conference, is just around the corner. This year's annual conference is taking place July 27th through 30th in Nashville at the Gaylord Opryland Resort and Convention Center. Attendees can choose from more than 65 all-new education sessions, hear from industry expert Lisa Mish, and participate in a hands-on APRA Talks. Those looking to take a deeper dive into specific topics can choose to attend the Data Analytics or New Researchers Symposia. You may also build your own personalized conference agenda via the APRA mobile app. Visit the APRA website to learn more. This year's event provides an excellent opportunity to connect with your peers and colleagues while experiencing one of today's most exciting cities. The Gaylord Opryland Resort and Convention Center offers newly remodeled guest rooms, Wi-Fi, a fitness center, and easy access to downtown Nashville should you choose to explore Music City. We have so much to look forward to in Nashville. However, we want you to mark your calendars for Prospect Development 2017, which will be held July 26th through the 29th. We'll be going to California next year, and the conference will be held at the Marriott Anaheim, which is right next door to Disneyland. Our 2016 Fall Symposium will be held this November 3rd and 4th at the Westin in Alexandria, Virginia. Advancing Leaders is a chance for senior-level APRA members to network and learn from each other. This is a symposium unlike any other that APRA has ever done. The focus is career growth beyond the day-to-day work of prospect development. The core of the symposium will be facilitated discussions versus the more traditional lectures or presentations. Attendees will come away with a better understanding of the state of our industry and solutions and relationships that have been built from 2 days of sharing challenges and gaining insights from your peers. This will feature top leaders in the industry and is a can't-miss event for all of our senior executives. And now on to the elections. APRA's election process is crucial to our ongoing success, ensuring that we identify and engage emerging leaders and acknowledge talents that are representative of our diverse membership. Our bylaws allow the APRA membership to elect our president, president-elect, and other key officers and new directors. During this year's election process, the APRA Nominations Committee sought and vetted your nominations and then presented a slate of officer and director candidates for your consideration. That slate consisted of the following individuals: Jill Meister for President, Liz Regman for President-elect, Lauren Dixon for Treasurer, Mark Egge for Secretary, and Jennifer McCormick for immediate past President. And introducing the newly elected 2016-2017 directors, Misa Lobato, Carolyn Oblak, and Brock Silvey. More about them in just a moment. I am pleased to announce that the slate was overwhelmingly approved by members via electronic vote. These individual terms began September 1st, 2016. Congratulations to the 2016-17 officers, new directors, as well as our continuing directors, Bon Lammy, Ashutosh Nandishwar, Amy Turbis, and Emily Walsh. The APRA board is saying farewell to 3 outstanding directors this year. Jennifer Fry is the Senior Director, Operations and Finance at Northwestern University Feinberg School of Medicine. Jennifer was elected to the APRA board in 2013. Jennifer's passion for the industry and membership helped her to provide thoughtful leadership of the awards committee the past 2 years. Henry Lau is the Senior Director of Research and Relationship Development at Beaumont Hospital Foundation. Henry was also elected to the APRA board in 2013. Henry was the board leader for the New ARC Conference and was instrumental in the work on the Industry Partnership Task Force. We also say farewell to Allison Summers Sayre. Allison is the Assistant Vice President of Information Strategy and Operations at Princeton University. Allison was elected to the APRA board in 2011. During her time on the board, Allison's leadership and insights have been invaluable to our planning, particularly around the current strategic plan. Thank you to Jennifer, Henry, and Allison for your dedication and yeoman service to APRA. You will be greatly missed. Now, I'd like to take just a moment to tell you a little bit about our new directors. Milagro Misa Lobato is the Assistant Vice President of Advancement Strategy at the University of Colorado. Misa is the 2016 APRA Membership Committee Chair, and she was Chair of the 2015 Prospect Development Conference in New Orleans, and has been President of the Colorado Professional Researchers for Advancement, APRA's Colorado chapter. Carolyn Oblak is the Director, Research and Prospect Management at Oregon Health and Science University Foundation. Carolyn is the chair of the upcoming 2016 Prospect Development Conference in Nashville and was a member of the 2015 Conference Planning Committee. Carolyn is a former president of the APRA Virginia chapter. Brock Silvey is the Director of Prospect Research and Management at Northwestern University. Brock was chair of the 2015 Educational and Professional Development Committee and also served on the Conference Planning Committee in 2015. Brock is a former APRA Illinois chapter board member. It is my sincere pleasure to introduce you to APRA's 2016 award winners. We had some amazing entries this year, but these dedicated professionals stood apart. They will be formally recognized at Prospect Development 2016 in July, but we wanted to take this opportunity to introduce you to them now. The Distinguished Service Award honors an individual who has enhanced both the prospect development profession and APRA through exceptional contributions beyond his or her job. The 2016 award recipient is Jessica Balsam, Associate Director of Prospect Management at the University of Washington. The APRA Professional of the Year Award recognizes outstanding prospect development professional who has made a significant positive impact on his or her organization's success in fulfilling its mission. The 2016 recipient is John McBride, Senior Research Analyst at the University of Chicago. The APRA Foundation Margaret Fury Grant is given to a prospect development professional based on his or her leadership, mentorship, volunteerism, and dedication to our profession. The 2016 Margaret Fury Grant recipient is Katie Ingrao, Assistant Director of Prospect Management at Rush University Medical Center. The APRA Scholarship, which allows a member to attend the annual conference at no cost, is awarded based on both merit and institutional financial need. The 2016 scholarship recipient is Jennifer Poplinski, Prospect Research Analyst at Gonzaga University. Congratulations to you all. We look forward to introducing APRA members in Nashville to the recipients at the awards luncheon on Thursday, July 28th. As you can see, there's always a great deal going on at APRA. We would like to recognize the great work of our staff team, led by APRA's Executive Director, Janet Rapp. Their contact information is available on the website, and please don't hesitate to find the contact you need to assist you with your request. Thank you for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you in Nashville. Please share your experience on social media, and don't forget to tweet how many folks joined in from your institution. And with that, I will now open the floor up to questions.
Thank you, Jill, Jen, and Liz. We've had a few questions come in. I'm going to start off with the first one. It appears that APRA events aren't money makers. Is there a reason some APRA events aren't money makers? Is there a reason that they continue?
This is Liz. I'd be happy to answer that question, and I think it's a great one. Sometimes our events are held because there's a demand for some certain highly focused educational content or in response to industry trends. So we, the APRA board, make a decision to hold an event that delivers high demand content even though we know that the financial return isn't great. So again, it's mostly for the driving of what is the best interest of our members. Having said that, there are other money-making events that balance out this strategic investment in some events that may not be money makers for the association.
Thank you, Liz. We've had a few more come in, and just remember, if you do have a question, go ahead and type it in your question and answer box. This question is around the timing of ARC in 2016. It was a transition year, and we have somebody writing in asking why it could have been so close to prospect development.
Sure, this is Jill. I'd be happy to answer that. There are a number of elements involved. First of all, we had ARC as the new concept, and we shifted it from the Mid-Atlantic to a rotating regional event. And the regional event is designed to be aligned with active chapter involvement in designing content for the event. In this case, the APRA's Midwest chapters were particularly interested in hosting the event in 2016, and Chicago was a really good central location in general. And while the June timeframe made it close to prospect development in Nashville, it also had a line historically when the MARC conference had attended, and it does eliminate most weather-related travel challenges. But I can tell you for 2017 and beyond, we will continue to research and identify the best combination of date and location for ARC attendees in relation to Prospect Development Conference and other APRA offerings.
Thank you, Jill. A few more. Will there ever be a focus on prospect research vis-a-vis grateful patient programs and HIPAA?
This is Jennifer. That's a great suggestion, actually, and I want to comment on two things. First, that's a great recommendation for connections, and I'm happy to pass that along, but please, whoever wrote that question, and pass that on to Susan Ferroni, who is the chair of the editorial advisor committee, because I think that's a great place for that. And also, as we continue to work on conferences and webinars with our committees for online education, that's something that's certainly worthy of recommendation. So thanks for that question.
Thank you, Jen. Another one, has the location been set for ARC 2017?
It has not at this time, but stay tuned for details on for the location of that.
If anyone has any more questions, feel free to send them in. We have one around the Chapter Leaders Forum and possibly moving the timing and location of that. I'm happy to speak to that.
Are we talking, this is Jennifer, are we is this in reference to the one that's in February in Chicago?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I think there's a, I can understand why that question's come up because Chicago can often be a difficult place to get to in the middle of winter. I think one of the reasons we really try to keep it there in Chicago is in timing with the board face-to-face meeting. And it's really important to the board to have the time to spend with chapter leaders in the same location. So it's been really great discussions that have come out of that and the ability that chapter leaders have access to the board right there. So for the foreseeable future, we will probably keep it that way just because it's a great synergy between the board and the chapter leaders during that time.
Thank you, Jen. Well, thank you to everyone for attending and taking the time to spend with us today. This presentation was recorded and we're going to post it on the APRA website on the virtual business meeting page. If you have any additional questions, please feel free to reach us at info@aprahome.org or at 312-321-5196. And we will see everyone in Nashville. Thank you.